And that, class, is why humans are strictly forbidden from participating in galactic warfare, Professor Zix-9 concluded, his tentacles drooping with exhaustion. In the back, a blue, blob-like student raised a gelatinous appendage. But Professor, I thought humans were banned because they're primitive and weak. What's the real reason? The professor's eye stalks twitched. Well, blowback, it's complicated. Complicated how? Chirped Kiki, a bird-like creature perched on her desk. Either they're a threat or they're not. Which is it? Zix-9 sighed, a sound like a deflating hovercraft. Very well. I suppose you're old enough to know the truth. It all started with the Great Zorian War of 3576. The class leaned forward, those who could, while the rest squished in anticipation. The Zorblons, thinking themselves clever, recruited a few humans as cannon fodder, the professor said. Oh, how wrong they were. Did the humans get vaporized instantly? Blowback burbled. If only, Zix-9 muttered. What happened next? Well, it redefined the term overkill. The students exchanged glances, some literally swapping eyeballs. You see, the professor continued, humans have this quaint little concept called risk assessment. Most species simply fight until one side is dead or surrenders. Humans? They made a list of things that could possibly go wrong in war. Then they made a list of policies to prevent every single one. Kiki tilted her head. That sounds safe. Zix-9 barked a laugh. You sweet summer hatchling, you're missing the point. They made a list, then they made subcommittees. For everything. A collective gasp rippled through the classroom, causing a minor gravitational disturbance. While the Orions were congratulating themselves for their new, primitive allies, the humans were holding safety briefings. They didn't just fight the war, they regulated it. Every plasma rifle had to be signed out with 3 forms of identification and a 12-page waiver. Is that even a word? Blowback asked, incredulous. It is now, the professor said grimly. The humans took one look at our standard-issue plasma rifles and said, neat toy. Where's the instruction manual? Next thing we knew, they were holding a 10-hour seminar on proper trigger discipline. Kiki's feathers stood on end. But, that's impossible. When it comes to humans, Zix-9 sighed, impossible is just another line item on a checklist. They call it due diligence. We call it paralysis by paperwork. The class sat in stunned silence, some musing thoughtfully. But surely, a robotic student beeped, your numbers would have. The professor interrupted with a giggle. Humans don't care about numbers. They care about compliance. One of their military leaders once said, no mission before risk mitigation. The humans took it as a personal challenge to invent new forms to fill out. The robot's circuits nearly fried. Before we knew it, Zix-9 continued, they turned our own technology against us. Remember that shiny new faster-than-light drive? They refused to use it until it was certified safe by 3 independent review boards. How do you weaponize bureaucracy? Kiki asked, fascinated and horrified. The professor's eye stalks drooped. They called it the Form 27B/6. Don't ask me what it means. I'm pretty sure it translates to war crime in their language. But, we're safe now, right? Blowback burbled nervously. The humans are contained? Zix-9 laughed, a sound devoid of joy. Contained? They agreed to stay on their planet. Said something about needing time to revise their interplanetary safety codes. I don't know what that means, but it sounds ominous. The class shuddered, causing a small earthquake in the lecture hall. So, children, the professor concluded, tentacles drooping, the next time someone tells you humans are banned from galactic warfare because they're weak, remember. We didn't ban them. We begged them to stop, before they made us all fill out another survey. As the students filed out, dazed, Professor Zix-9 couldn't shake the feeling that somewhere, on a little blue planet, a human was updating a spreadsheet. And that thought terrified him more than any black hole ever could. Zix-9 slumped into his chair, massaging his cranial sacs. He'd probably said too much, but the students needed to know. The galactic rumor mill was out of control, and the last thing anyone needed was some hotshot young alien trying to outregulate humanity. A soft chime interrupted his brooding. Incoming transmission from Earth, his desk computer announced. The professor froze. He accepted the call. A human face appeared, grinning. "Hey Prof, long time no see." Zix-9's eye stalks twisted. "Captain Rodriguez, to what do I owe the pleasure?" "Oh, you know, just checking in on my favorite xenoanthropology professor." Still filling their heads with horror stories about us big, bad humans? "I don't know what you mean," Zix-9 stammered, chromatophores cycling through a panicked rainbow. Rodriguez laughed. "Come on, Professor, we both know you've got the classroom bugged. Standard procedure, right? Gotta keep an eye on the next generation of potential auditors." Zix-9 deflated. "How long have you known?" "Since we installed it for you," Rodriguez winked. "That Faraday cage? Pure human tech. We just love our little jokes." The professor's mind reeled. All this time, they'd thought they were being clever, keeping tabs on potential threats. The humans had just let them, for fun. But why? Zix-9 croaked. Rodriguez's expression softened. "Look, Prof, we get it. We scare the living daylights out of you guys. Honestly, that's probably for the best. Keeps everyone on their toes. So, you're not planning to..." "To what? Conquer the galaxy?" Rodriguez scoffed. "Do you have any idea how much paperwork that would involve?" "Nah, we're good where we are. Got plenty to keep us busy. The safety codes you mentioned? Among other things. Did you know we've started colonizing our own solar system? Mars is coming along nicely. We've even got plans for Europa." The professor's eyes widened. "But that's a protected celestial body. The Galactic Council forbade." Yeah, Rodriguez waved dismissively. "But here's the thing, Prof, we are the alien life to Europa, at least. It's all about perspective." Zix-9 felt a migraine coming on. This was why dealing with humans was so maddening. They didn't just think outside the box, they filed the box as hazardous waste and submitted a report. "Anyway," Rodriguez continued, "just wanted to give you a heads up. We were thinking of sending a delegation to the next Galactic Council meeting. You know, shake things up a bit." The professor's coloration drained. "But the ban?" "Oh, that old thing?" Rodriguez grinned. "We're not coming as a military force. We're coming as, what did you call it?" "Ah yes, primitive allies. Just a bunch of harmless humans eager to learn from our advanced galactic neighbors." Zix-9 knew that look. It was the same look humans had before they turned a black hole into a compliance training seminar. "Don't worry, Prof," Rodriguez said, suspiciously soothing. "We'll be on our best behavior. Scout's honor." He held up his hand in a gesture Zix-9 was pretty sure meant something else in human culture. As the transmission ended, Professor Zix-9 stared at the screen. Humans were coming to the Galactic Council. Humans, with their terrifying bureaucracy and their utter disregard for the laws of common sense. He needed a drink. Several drinks. Possibly all the drinks in the galaxy. As he stumbled out of his office, he couldn't shake the feeling that the universe was about to get a lot more regulated. And in the grand cosmic scheme of things, regulated was the most terrifying prospect of all. Somewhere in the depths of space, a black hole hiccuped. And if Zix-9 didn't know better, he could have sworn it sounded like human laughter.